welcome the Altoona Area High School Marching Band, Cheerleaders, and Lioneers. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the 2023 Altoona Area High School Marching Band under the direction of Drum Major Aaliyah McGee. The band opens this evening's festivities with the Altoona Area High School Band Fanfare and the school fight song. the Altoona Area High School Marching Band. At this time, would you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem and remain standing for the Altoona Area High School alma mater. And now, in Altoona band tradition, the Downfield Lion performed to the band's Signet March, Barnum and Bailey's favorite. to the Hay Song.
Good evening and welcome to Altoona's Mansion Park. Tonight we bring you Mountain Lion football, Week 10 against Cumberland Valley. This is the last game before a possible playoffs. I'm Jim Abbott along with Chris Strockmeyer. We're going to not only bring you our game, we will be checking some updates from some other games. Tonight, the important thing for Altoona is if you win, you are the second seed in District 6 and you get a home game next week. If you lose, you need to get some support and get some help from Redland, who is playing Mifflin County. One of the issues, though, Altoona is a 3-touchdown underdog to Cumberland Valley, who beat State College last week, and Mifflin County is a 2-touchdown favorite, but they're playing at Redland. So welcome to Altoona's Mansion Park. It's senior night here. Chris, what are we going to be doing tonight?
Oh, I don't know. My goodness. Well, there's all kinds of stuff going on. We're watching 2 games at once. First and foremost here, the Mountain Lions have to get the job done against a hot Cumberland Valley team. Won 4 in a row, beat State College last week. 17-10, big defensive stand at the end. State College did not have an offensive touchdown. State College's only touchdown was a pick 6 off of Cumberland Valley. So Cumberland Valley's defense has been playing really well. You know, Mountain Lions have to control the ball, keep their Bryce. It's like dark in here. I can't read.
Well, the Altoona Mountain Lion offense is led by Braun Mosley, the senior tailback. And basically how he goes, the Mountain Lions go. He broke 1,000 yards last week, and he's now up to, I believe, 15 or 16 touchdowns, and then he got one through the air. So he's one of the leading scorers in the area, and the Mountain Lions need him and the offensive line to create some holes, get some first downs, and control the clock time. That is going to be very important tonight.
Yeah, I got 15 total for Braun, and he definitely controls this Mountain Lion offense. When he's in there, as he goes, the Mountain Lions go. Bryce Sterritz is his name. He had 20 carries for 134 yards last week and a couple TDs against State College. So he's number 1 for Cumberland Valley out of the backfield. Look for him to control the ball for Cumberland Valley. So now that other game, it's kind of the way this district rankings work with PowerPoints and all this other stuff. It's kind of strange that Mifflin County's even would be ranked ahead of the Mountain Lions when the Mountain Lions played them earlier in the year at Mifflin County and basically called the dogs off in the second quarter. But the way that the schedule that they play, the Mid-Penn kind of allows them to play down. They're a 6A school that does not play a 6A schedule, and you know, there's some consternation about how in the world that can happen. The PowerPoint system's supposed to prevent that, right?
Yes.
But
you get bonuses for beating teams above your level, and you lose points if you beat somebody below you. So right now, both teams are 4 and 4 or 4 and 5. So the Mountain Lions have more bonus points overall. But if they would end up 4 and 6 and Mifflin County 5 and 5, Mifflin County should have just enough points to move ahead of them, even though the Mountain Lions play an all 6A schedule, and the only 6A game I believe that Mifflin County plays is the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, it's like we were talking today, and that particular level in the Harrisburg area isn't great. Like you got Palmyra, who's like 0 and whatever, and Redland is 2 and 8 who they play today, or 2 and 7 who they play today, whatever. So it's they're playing Central and Tyrone and some of these other teams. I don't know if they would beat them. So it all just depends where you play and who you play, and it just kind of is what it is.
Well, just quickly looking around the rest of the area, the big thing this year is this new Laurel Highlands Conference with 18 teams. Tonight is a crossover night, so the Laurel Highlands Championship is Richland unbeaten facing Central, who's unbeaten, which sounds right, but there were some coaches balking at some of the other matchups because Bald Eagle area is in a tight, to get into the playoffs and what seed they're going to get, and if they get a home game, they have to play Penn Cambria tonight. And, Penn Cambria is already locked in as the second seed in their district or their section, that they're going to play Tyrone the first week, and then the winner will play Central. So Bald Eagle area's coaches were complaining all week about the unfair 10th game crossover.
Which way you want to kick?
So we're going to try to spotlight all the seniors tonight here for Altoona football, as this is their final home game. And as a former coach, I know how emotional playing your last game on Mansion Park's turf is for the player. So it's a big game. The Mountain Lions need to come out and play well. And Cumberland Valley looks like they won the toss and they took the ball. They're going to receive, so the Mountain Lions will kick off.
Sportsmanship
And what they need is a good start. A lot of times coming here 2 hours on the bus, sometimes the legs aren't ready. The Mountain Lions need to stop the first offensive drive and then put one in themselves.
For keeping this contest at a high
these
level.
teams,
Sportsmanship
they do come to State College sometimes, but this is the longest trip that they have, and they're not really used to that. They're used to getting in a bus and driving 20 minutes down the road to CD East or to Central Dauphin, and they're not used to this long bus ride.
Well, and all the Harrisburg teams only make one trip a year. So if they come to Altoona, State College goes to them. If they go to State College, Altoona comes to them.
Yeah, so this is their long trip of the year. So a lot of times, you're right, that is an impact on the visiting team here at Mansion Park. So we'll see how that comes into play this evening.
And if you look at a couple of the better teams in the Mid-Penn, Altoona dominated the first 18 minutes against State College, had a 7-0 lead. And they also took a lead, or they tied up a score 7-7 at the end of the first against Harrisburg. So if the Mountain Lions come out hot, hopefully they can do something. But Mark Harrington getting ready for the last kickoff or the last game here at Mansion Park for these seniors. So Harrington is set to kick off. He kicks it on the ground. It takes a couple bounces, goes to the up back. He's going to try to take it around to get some room, but he is hit right away. That was Caden Pines, who came on the return, and a whole bunch of Mountain Lions were there to knock him down at the 25.
To the 14-yard return.
Yeah, so the Mountain Lions appear to be pretty fired up here to start this game, which is, you would expect that, like you said, on senior night.
Well, Pines was looking to take it all the way over, but the Mountain Lions stayed in their lanes and didn't give him an opportunity to cut it up. So we have this same pro formation that we've seen with a lot of the teams in the area, as well as the Mountain Lions. Quarterback is getting ready for the snap. And it's to Pines. He finds a little hole. He gets around the corner, and hopefully he will be caught, and he's pushed out of bounds approximately at the 40-yard line. So Pines goes first carry for 34 yards.
That's just that bring him. He's a wide receiver. They bring him in almost like the jet sweep. But it kind of counts as a pass, that little toss. So that way, if it's fumbled, it's an incomplete pass, and they don't really worry about that. So a lot of teams run that nowadays.
Well, the quarterback for Cumberland Valley is Grant Shepley. He is a junior. And this one is up the middle. We'll give a gain of 2. And it looked like, was that number?
Mosley.
Who carried the ball? Was that number 1?
Starretts, yep, number 1.
Rice, Starretts on the carry. 2nd and 8.
So after the big opening play, the Mountain Lions step up and stop Starretts for a modest gain. Starretts gets the ball again. He cuts to the outside. 2 or 3 Mountain Lions are there. Starretts makes a turn, but gets knocked out of bounds right around the 34. So we're going to give him another 4 at the 35. So we'll give him 4 yards.
And he just kind of bounced it outside there before pursuit caught up with him, but not after he gained 4 or 5 yards. So it brings up, what, about a 3rd and 3?
3rd and 3.
Gain of 5, 3rd down and 3.
And this is a quick pitch to the outside. He has some room, and Mosley tried to get to his ankle. He was able to step out of it and come down to the 24, so that's a gain of 10. As there was nice blocking off that left side as they just collapsed the Mountain Line defense in. And Starretts was able to pick up a first down.
Yeah, Mosley, he tried to get off the block, but whoever was, had a hold of him just kind of had enough of him where he couldn't really dive at his ankles enough before, and Dunkel finally got him number 20 for the Mountain Lions. But first down, Cumberland Valley, though.
Trips to the right. We have not seen a real pass yet. Here's the first one, and it's thrown out in the flat, and it is complete. And it'll go for 7 yards. We'll maybe make it 6. Is it the 18 or 17?
Number 11, Adam Somerville. And a gain of 6.
Okay, we'll call that 6.
Ball at the 18-yard
And again, that
line.
was Adam Somerville on the catch. 2nd and 4 inside the red zone. Cumberland Valley looking to put up some points on their first possession of the night. Sterritz gets the ball, goes up the middle, and gets tackled right at the 15, so he will not get a first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1. And the Mountain Lions will bring in a couple more guys up front. They've been switching out. Try to keep different guys fresh as they go.
At the 15.
Get a little more beef up front. 4-man line with 3rd and short. They've been kind of running that 3-5 situation.
Yep. Trips to the left, but the one's a short wing, and he's coming across to be the lead blocker. And Sterritz gets not only the first down, he'll pick up another yard, so he'll gain a total of 2, and will move the chains once again.
And good push by Cumberland Valley.
Bryce Sterritz.
They brought their wing back over in motion, or just to be a lead blocker. And he took out the DN, and Sterritz went right up behind, was able to get the first down. More of a tight formation here. You got a tight end and 2 wing backs. Quarterback's back to pass, throws over the middle, and that is caught.
Touchdown.
That is another catch by Somerville. That time it's a 13-yard touchdown.
Number 11, Adam
Just a
Somerville.
quick slant, beat the zone. That's your zone buster right there, that slant. And Cumberland Valley comes right down the field and scores.
And with that big sort of pitch forward, our quarterback Shepley has gone ahead, and he was 3 for 3 for 53 yards on that drive. Here comes the attempted extra point.
And Shepley was not the starter at the beginning of the year, so hence the winning streak.
Andrew Rice puts it up, and it is good. So it is 7-0 Cumberland Valley. 8:08 to go in the first quarter.
7-0.
Mountain Lions will hopefully get their first possession here after the kickoff.
And Cumberland Valley started out 1-4, made a change at quarterback, went to the junior, and has run off 4 in a row since. So definitely, made the change, and the team had responded to that change. And they're the hottest team in the Mid-Penn right now. No question about it.
Their only loss in the Mid-Penn was to Harrisburg pretty early in the season. But as you said, they've rolled off 4 in a row, and they're 5-1 in the conference.
Now, I'm not going to say that, they would beat Harrisburg right now, but it would be certainly a way better game than the score was the first time around. It was 42-7 back in week 5, September 22nd. So
we have a different long kicker. This is Jackson Wagner.
Will kick off for the Eagles.
And that is short, taken by the up man at the 25. He's all the way up to the 35. And that was Amy Ballas, correct?
yes, Amy Ballas. That's good field position for the Mountain Lions.
Snyder on the return.
If you're going to kick it like that, you might as well squib it. If you don't kick it up in the air, the line drive is like the worst thing you can do. Very returnable. Does not give your players time to get down there. At least if you squib it, it's a little slower, and your players can get down there and cover a little bit better.
Well, Freewall is back at quarterback after being out of the lineup last week.
So we're stopping something here. I don't know what happened.
There's a conversation of the officials and the coach from Cumberland Valley. He's going to run back over here and talk to Coach Niedermeyer or somebody else. Yep, he's just lining up. So that was just a discussion amongst the Cumberland Valley coach and 2 of the officials.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
Well, Mosley does get the ball. He cuts through the first level, moves to the second, but he fumbled.
The ball.
The question is, was he down? And we have no call yet. He gained 5, but there's still no indication. And they're changing the ball, but they're not saying here's the first down for Cumberland Valley.
Yeah, they never actually pointed.
So Mosley's first carry was a 5-yard. He broke through about 3 yards out and looked like he had some room. Somebody punched out the ball, and Cumberland Valley picks it up.
At the 42.
That's not the way you look to start tonight.
Yep, not a good start for the Mountain Lions here.
Shepley waiting for the snack. Starch gets, that's not Starch. But there's a penalty back behind as Pines goes down for about
flag on the play.
22 yards. But as one of the Mountain Lions was coming in, somebody took him out below the knees. So is it going to be? It's not going to be a hold.
Crack back block.
15
Yeah.
from the line of scrimmage. Repeat first down.
So Cumberland Valley has the first penalty of the night, and that was a big one. So instead of a 22-yard gain, you have a 15-yard loss, and it's now 2nd and 25.
You cannot bring like a receiver in away from the line of scrimmage and block like that. That's exactly what happened.
It should move it back to the 43-yard line. 1st and 25. So Pines is up near the line of scrimmage, and Starretts is back in the backfield.
They kind of do the same thing. They run this 11 personnel, and they have these 3 receivers in every set, and they just kind of hang out at the line of scrimmage, put 8 guys in the huddle, and
four receiver set, 2 to each side. Conversation between Shepley and Starretts. Starretts gets the ball going right. He's going to get a few yards and comes back across the 50. So we're actually going to give him 8 yards. And it's going to be a 2nd and 17.
And that Cumberland Valley offensive line getting that good push again.
Evan Boos. And a gain of 8. 2nd down and 17.
And you got a defensive lineman, Evan Boos, making a tackle 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. So you know he's getting pushed back. I mean, that's kind of how that works. But
here's a tight formation to the left. All 3 receivers are bunched up. Shepley changes the play. Mountain Lions look to come some pressure. Shepley goes back to pass. He steps up, and he's hit for a sack about 2 yards back behind the line of scrimmage.
Leslie Baumgartner.
So Baumgartner gets a sack, and it's 3rd and 19.
And Harrington blitzing made Shepley step up into the traffic, and that's when Baumgartner beat his man finally and got the sack. So Mountain Lions with a good job there, getting a little bit of pressure on Shepley, and that's kind of their MO. They don't defend the pass really well. Their defense is to get to the quarterback typically, and that worked really well against Carlisle last week. So let's see if they can do the same kind of thing here today. The 3rd and very long situation here.
Cumberland Valley is going spread here. They have the receivers outside to the numbers. Shepley goes back to pass. Here comes Harrington. He gets picked up, throws deep down the middle. Pines goes up for it. He catches it, turns, and he's going to go into the end zone. 51-yard pass play from Shepley to Pines.
Somehow Gavin Dunkel, the hang linebackers, covering Pines. That is a mismatch. Absolutely a mismatch. No way in the world that hang linebacker is going to stay with Pines. And they exploited it, and next thing you know, it's 14-0 Cumberland Valley.
Well, Rice is going to come out and attempt that extra point. 5:50 to go in the first quarter. And so far, the Mountain Lions have only had one offensive play, and it was a fumble. So Rice is set to kick. There's the snap. Mountain Lions come across, and it scoots to the left. So the pressure made Rice push it or pull it to the left, and it is 13-0.
So I did speak too soon. I said 14. It's only 13-0.
Well, you can do that type of mistake all night.
Yeah, we'll see if
it's taking points away.
See if that comes back to haunt Cumberland Valley at all. Mountain Lions have to get some offensive muster going here to take advantage of that situation. So hold on to the football, number one. Run a couple plays, get some momentum going, get your defense a little bit of a rest. They've been on the field for the 7 minutes here almost of the first quarter. So
Tyrone took an early lead on Forest Hills, 7-0 on the opening drive, and that's the only other score in the area right now.
So Mountain Lions in a hole early, 13-0 here. And that's just, what was it, 3rd and 18 or something like that?
Yep.
And that's just a huge backbreaker right there. Harrington came on the blitz again, and Cumberland Valley did a tremendous job. I don't know which back it was. If it was Starrett's back there. Picked up that blitz, gave Shepley enough time to complete that long pass.
The Mountain Lions will come out for their second offensive possession. 5:44 to go in the first quarter. Mountain Lions down 13-0.
Lloyd on that stop. And 1st and 10 at the 22.
Cumberland Valley's defense looks a little bit changed from years past. They almost have a six-man front. And they have pretty much everybody in the box, but so do the Mountain Lions. They try the same play they had before. Mosley gets the ball. He's going to get out to the 24, so a gain of 2.
And one thing we haven't mentioned, for Altoona, Brennan Freewald, number 11, is back starting this week. He was out with an injury last week, and
Dante
LaRocco came in and did a fine job. Threw only 2 passes, completed both of them, 1 for a touchdown. So, but Freewald's back. The senior is back this week, and we'll see how that plays out for the Mountain Lions here.
2nd and 8. There's the pitch. The wingman coming around. He's got some room. He's out over the 30 to the 32. That's going to be a gain of 8. So the question is, did he get enough to get the first down? And yes is the answer.
Branson Adams did a good job cutting that up, taking the pitch. Freewald waited till the last possible second to pitch that.
Well, I think he was forced to pitch it quick.
Yeah.
But that was a nice, that's what they want him to do. He has to make that choice, and the defender came directly at him, so he pitched it to Adams, and Adams was able to cut it up for the Mountain Lions' first down of the evening. One wide receiver all the way to the right, and then Mosley has it coming off the right edge, and he's going to go all the way out to the 37 or maybe 38. They're going to mark it at 38, so that's going to give us a 2nd and 4 situation.
Yeah, we'll take 6 every time on first down. That's a very productive play on first down. Mountain Lions staying on schedule. That's kind of the plan of this offense.
So Corso is the only wide receiver to the right. There goes the wingman behind. There goes Mosley off tackle, not touched. He actually slowed down behind Corso, who was blocking for him, and he comes all the way across midfield to the 49 for a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, huge hole for the Mountain Lions there. Mosley's untouched for the first 7-8 yards on that, and you're right. He was waiting for his blocker, seeing if he could get behind Corso a little bit and get some more yardage.
Corso's to the left. There goes Hazelwood in the fake motion. And did somebody jump?
Yeah.
Yes. So that fake motion gets another penalty on Cumberland Valley, and now it's going to be 1st and 5.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
The first time that you run that sort of fake and stop, that usually, does catch the defense jumping offsides.
And they watch it on film. They see it on film. It's amazing. We talk about it all the time, and it still somehow works.
A lot of times, though, it's not by sight. It's by your hearing. So they're hearing a noise that they think is the snap, and it's
31.
31. One had it marked one side, and one was over here. So we're glad it was from the side where the ball went out. And that's going to be an 8-yard gain for Hazelwood.
8 on the play, 2nd down and 2.
Yeah, so nice job. That just little misdirection play.
It's the 4th first down on this series. And now we see a Harrington coming out wide too. So we have twins right, and you have an end over line to the right. So I think Mosley's getting it to the right. Mosley does get it to the right, breaks through. He actually just went off center.
Ron Mosley
He
on the carry.
diverted his path towards a tackler on the left side there. Instead of kind of going forward, he just kind of took the guy on sideways there. That was kind of incredible. He definitely seeks out contact.
So 1st and 10 at the 22. So after the opening drive and fumble, Mountain Lions have come back here. Mosley gets it again right off the center, follows him up down to the 20. And that's going to be a gain 2, 2nd and 8.
Number 6, Brady Hockenberry, just kind of blitzed and said he had enough of this, and he kind of ran around the end.
And
got in there and got a hold of Mosley.
Blasted into the Sheep red zone.
Now we're not in the red zone yet. We're right at the 20. Hopefully on this carry we will get inside. And
offsides again.
There's movement and jump on that Cumberland side as the Mountain Lions, do the exact same thing. So now instead of being 2nd and 8, it's going to be 2nd and 3.
It's 2nd and 3. They bring the heavy package in. Number 55, Big Deron Jones, 300-pounder.
Jones going to get the ball.
Going to be the lead blocker. I don't know. I actually asked him this week if
there any play that he gets.
Yeah, he smiled and said he wants it, but I don't think there is one.
All right, so you got tight ends on both sides. You got Jones to the left and Corso to the right. Mosley's turns, gets the ball in that pitch, and he just runs through. He got hit at the 15 and just ran through and knocked the guy back another 2 yards, so he's going to get a total of 4.
Yeah, he should have got nothing on that, and instead he got another couple, like 2.5. He's about a half-yard short of the first down here.
And a gain of 2.
And I think you're going to see the same kind of play right here. Maybe 2 more times.
3rd and 1.
If they don't get it here.
This time, the formation is set to come to the right. And Mosley to the left gets through down to the 10 before contact, so that's a first down on a 3-yard gain.
And they used all the beef on the right side as a decoy on that one and ran opposite it to the weaker side of the formation on the defense.
Well, they set down
it up a little.
They set down the chains on the far side, which means Mountain Lions are in a 1st and goal situation. 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Clock is still moving. So the Mountain Lions took control at 5:50, and they've run it down to 38. They have to snap at least once this quarter. So they'll quickly get into the huddle and get back out. We have 9 on the clock. Everyone's getting set. Free wall under center. Turns and pitches to Mosley. He gets to about the 8 and then pushes his way down to the 7. So another gain of 3, 2nd and goal at the 7.
Brian Mosley on the carry. Jake Signs, number 30 on the tackle.
So the Mountain Lions will not run another play as we get to the end of the first quarter. 13-0 Cumberland Valley.
Quarter 13-0 Eagles.
So this is more like the Mountain Lions, what they wanted to do that first possession if they wouldn't have turned the ball over. They want to keep the ball, basically playing keep away from that offense. Cumberland Valley has done a real good job over the last several weeks, scoring some points, playing good defense. So, you want to keep the ball yourself, and that's right up the Mountain Lions' alley here.
So they'll move 90 yards to go to the other side of the field. Mountain Lions looking to answer. They're down 13-0 after one, but they put a great drive together here. Picked up 6 first downs on that drive. No play was longer than 13 yards. See if we can get you some other scores.
And, the Mountain Lions do not have much of a field goal game, so if we get to that point, this is 4-down territory.
Bellwood Annis takes a 12-0 lead on Johnstown early first quarter. Tyrone and Forest Hills is a shootout. It's 14-7 in the first. Bald Eagle is out in front of Pencambria 7-0 in the first. And in the Laurel Highlands Championship, Central scores first and takes a 7-0 lead against Richland. Hollidaysburg is beating DuBois over at the county seed 14-3 in the first quarter. And that's where we stand. Mountain Lions will come out of the huddle, and late arriver Treese comes out. So Hazelwood goes around behind, and they just give it to Mosley, and there's a push and gets him down to the 2. That's a gain of 5, and it's going to be 3rd and 2.
Ron Mosley on the carry. Trey Roman.
So good push by the Mountain Lion offense to get Mosley 5 yards.
3rd and goal to 3.
And you probably just give it to your horse here. Let him try to make something happen.
At this point, I would agree with you. It's worked so far. So 3rd and 3 at about the 2.5. And Mosley gets it. He's pushing. He leaned in, but they're not going to give him the touchdown. They're going to mark it at about the 6-inch yard line.
Ron Mosley.
Yeah, inches short.
So they're going to give him 2.
Gain of 2.
Last week, Mosley carried 36 times. This week, he has 12 so far. So they've been getting good push up front. They've been able to utilize Mosley with the help of that offensive line. Well, they're getting set under center. Everybody's in tight. And Freewall, quarterback sneak, and he's going to get the touchdown.
Touchdown Altoona.
So officially a 1-yard touchdown for Freewall. His first carry of the night, 1-1 and a touchdown. So the Mountain Lions answer back on a long drive that took over 7 minutes. Harrington's on for the extra point. It's up, and it looks like it's through, and it is. So it is now 13-7 as the Mountain Lions answer.
Ryan Freewall with the hold. 13-7 Eagles.
So, Chris, what can you do on defense to slow down this high-powered offense of Cumberland Valley?
Well, I mean, they have to get to the quarterback, and they're just going to have to take some chances. You've already given up some big plays, so, what's the point? That's not going to change. You might as well take some chances, try to get some negative plays out of it, possibly turnovers. I think that's what you're going to see the Mountain Lions do, get some blitzes, send some people, try to create some havoc, see if they can get some maybe negative plays and turnovers out of this.
Well, the two receivers, both Pines and Somerville, have shown that they can get behind the defense, and then once that ball's up there, they're able to go get it with their sure hands And they've turned, like I said, 4 passes right now into 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Harrington will get set to kick off. And it takes a hop. It goes to Pines. Pines is going to look to come all the way across and come up the right side or the left side of the field, and he is knocked out of bounds right at the 35.
Good return by Pines there for Cumberland Valley. Cumberland Valley has pretty good field position here to start this drive.
It's a 1st and 10 on their own 35.
4-yard return.
And you got Pines, Somerville, and the other receiver, I can't see his number. Then you got Shepley. There's a quick pass to Pines, and is it a double pass? No. Pines will just take it, and it was that quick receiver pass, and he's going to get up to the 44.
And he absolutely drilled is that his brother, number 12?
Caden Pines.
Caden Pines drilled Brody Pines right there, his own player. They must be brothers. I didn't even notice that. 2 and 12.
2nd and 1.
But that was, you see that diamond out there. The Mountain Lions had one, and they scrambled a second guy out there. It's clearly not enough to defend that.
And here the Cumberland Valley is in that spread. They've got 2 guys outside the numbers. And they're going to turn and just run the ball. And I don't think he's going to get it. The Mountain Lion defense came up and made a great play, and they're going to stop him with no gain.
Yeah, where he ran, Sterritz ran, there was no hole at all. There was a hole to the right if he'd have bounced it to the right a little bit. But he just ran right into the teeth of the Mountain Lion line there and
3rd down.
Went absolutely nowhere. 3rd and short.
3rd and 1, I'm sure that Cumberland Valley would go with 2 down. So do you try to throw something here, or do you just get the 1st down? And they turn, and they do just run it up the middle. And Sterritz gets out to the 47.
Right.
Officially.
Carries for the 1st down.
Now they're going to mark it at the 48.
So they gave him one more, yeah.
We'll give him 4.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So 8:44 here in the first quarter, or first half. This has been a fast-moving half. Probably because there's been all running plays and no balls have been dropped. So nothing has stopped that clock. There's back for the pass. This one is out to number 26, and he's going to pick up exactly 10. So that was Green.
Mountain Lions that big cushion, as they always do. And
reception by Green on the play.
Shepley's just going to take what the Mountain Lions give him right there.
Stay at 10.
So in that play, one guy stopped at 10, or about 8 yards, and the other one kept going down. The Mountain Lions covered the deep man, so as you said, Shepley took the short man. 3 receivers to the left. We saw this a couple times in the first quarter. And there's that swing pass, and Mountain Lions played it a little better, but Pines was able to get through the first guys, or at least get a little extra yardage, and we're going to give him 6 down to the 36.
Yeah, just Mountain Lions did not have enough out there for the amount of blockers that Cumberland Valley has.
And a gain of 6. Brings up 2nd down and 4 at the 36.
Again, Shepley right now is 7 for 7 passing in this first half. And there's the handoff. Sterritz gets the first down and gets inside the 30. So he's going to go from the 36 to about the 27 or 28.
With the tackle.
Let's see where they set it. They're standing sort of in between, and he's going to bring it back.
A gain of 7 and a 1st down for the Eagles.
Just sealed the edge on the left side there. Cumberland Valley did. The Mountain Lions were They're going to call timeout and discuss some things here.
Well, the Mountain Lions have not been able to slow down Cumberland Valley's offense at this point.
Altoona, they're first.
So as you said, Shepley didn't start the year. He was the backup, and now he's in charge, and he's playing great. He's making the right decisions. When he's thrown the ball, his accuracy has been there. What do we have? We have 7 for 7, 127 yards now to go along with those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's kind of dinked and dunked at times. He's also thrown long at times. So he's kind of done it all here for Cumberland Valley.
So in the last drive, you saw the Mountain Lions blitz quite often. We have not seen a blitz yet in this drive. Now again, you have trips to this outside. Somerville is out on the numbers. And Pines is in tight. And Pines is going out for another swing pass.
And they're just doing that little stuff. You can't get to the quarterback when it's catch and throw, catch and throw, catch and throw.
Harrington made a nice play chasing him from behind and only gave up 3 yards.
And the Mountain Lions were able to blitz whenever Cumberland Valley was behind the chains last series. This series, they're just dinking and dunking and staying ahead of the chains and not taking any time at all. And it's very difficult to get to the quarterback when he gets rid of it that quickly.
7:04 to go in the first half. Cumberland Valley looking to extend their lead here. They're up 13-7. Shepley goes back to pass. He's going to throw it over the middle. And it looked like it was almost dropped. And he picked it up, caught it, and moved down to the 7-yard line. So that's a gain of 18. And that was number 26. That was Green again.
Vukovic looked like he was going to get in there and deflect it, maybe even catch it. And somehow it just got right by him or through his hands. I'm not sure.
And that's a gain of 19. First and goal for the Eagles at
so we're down at the 6-yard line on a first and goal, and Cumberland Valley is making it look easy.
Now, Shepley did throw a pick-6 last week against State College, so he is human. He doesn't look like it tonight, though.
And there's the handoff, and he's going to go 6 yards into the end zone. Sterich just goes right on through the Mountain Lions, gets 6-yard TD, and they extend their lead right now to 19-7. So the question is, are they going to kick or go for 2? And
they're bringing the kicker out.
Okay. The Mountain Lions had almost an 8-minute drive to get their score, and that one was just over 4. As they scored their 3rd touchdown with 6:17 to go. And that's up and right through the middle. That's good. So again,
kick by Andrew
Sterich goes through. Don't want to say untouched, but he had a lot of steam behind him and got into the end zone as Rice kicks that one through. So again, the key right now, the Mountain Lions are 2 scores back. Not only do they have to score, they've got to find a way to stop Cumberland Valley's offense.
Yeah, they do not seem to have an answer for anything at this point on defense, the Mountain Lions. So, score here, right, end of half, and you get the ball to start the 3rd and score there, and you can catch back up. So there is an avenue here for the Mountain Lions to do this. They just have to, they're going to have to score every time the Eagles score. That's just, if they can't stop them, that's kind of how this has to work.
So Amy Ballas got a line drive kick to him last time and returned it out almost to the 40-yard line. So we're going to see what happens here with the kickoff from Wagoneer. And this one's a little bit deeper, and it comes down, I believe that's Hazelwood. He's coming straight up the middle, had a little bit of a lane, spun around, and then he is going to be tackled at the 22-yard line. Now they're going to call him out to the 23. So it's a tale of two different teams here. You got one that likes to throw and one that likes to run. So far, the Mountain Lions have not thrown a pass, but they've only stopped themselves as they were able to march down the field, get 6 first downs, and then the touchdown on their last drive. You got Corso and Adams out to the left. Mosley met the middle linebacker head on at 23 yards and got another 3 after he bowled him over. So he's going to run that out to the 26. Yeah, so we'll make it a 2nd and 7.
That was number 9. Alex Suave.
Gain of 3.
He met Mr. Mosley, and it didn't go well for Mr. Suave. He went backwards.
The way you say that name, though, I just think of Rico's.
Yeah.
Song from the 90s. Mosley gets the ball, and he got stuck in some traffic, so he's only going to pick up a yard. So it's now going to be a big play here because it's 3rd and 6. The Mountain Lions do not want to punt the ball back to Cumberland Valley.
3rd down and 6.
CD East is beating Carlisle right now, 7-0 in the 2nd quarter. No score from Chambersburg and State College. Central Dauphin out in front of Harrisburg in the 1st quarter. It's a pass over the middle, and it is caught. Amy Ballas gets out close to the 1st down, but he's going to be a couple yards short. That was only a 4-yard gain, so it's going to be 4th and 2.
Yep, 4th and 2. They're going to kick it away.
Gain of 4 by Amari Ballas. 4th and 2 at the 31.
MJ Harrington has done a really good job punting the ball this year.
So the Mountain Lions are faced with a 3 and out on this possession. Nice snap. Harrington gets it off. It's a nice high kick. And we got a fair catch at the 31-yard line, 32, and he's going to fall back to the 27. Because that's a 37-yard kick in the air.
No return.
4:06 to go, 2nd quarter. 20-7 right now in favor of the Cumberland Valley Eagles.
Mountain Lions desperately need a 3 and out here. Stay in this ball game.
There's that bunch receivers to the right. Sterritz behind. He's going to go out into a passing play, and it's going to be over the middle, and it is caught by Somerville all the way out to the 50. So a gain of 18.
Too easy. Just too easy. Like, at some point, somebody in maroon must stay with somebody in white. You know what I mean? It has to happen. There hasn't been anybody in the ballpark to even knock the ball away. You know what I mean? Like, it's just way too easy for Cumberland Valley.
They've seen some things on tape because they throw, but they don't throw this much normally. But they saw where they could take advantage of the Mountain Lion defense, and Shepley has been right on all night. And that one will be handed off to Sterritz. He goes around the left side, and he's going to go down the left sideline, and he's going to pick up 20.
Bryce Sterritz.
Exactly 20 on that. That's his biggest run of the night. And just like that, 2 plays, Cumberland Valley is at the 30. 3.5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Again, we have senior night tonight. The football team celebrated it before the game. At halftime, we'll see the cheerleaders and the band. Shepley's waiting for the snap. And there's the handoff to Sterritz. He goes on touch down to the 20-18, and finally gets pushed out of bounds at the 15, so that's a 15-yard run. It looks like the Mountain Lions have put more pressure on the receivers on the outside, and it's opened up some holes for Steritz as he's able to get a run of 20 and 15 back-to-back.
Yeah, it's gaping holes in the Mountain Lions.
2:50 to go, first half. Cumberland Valley has those 3 bunched receivers again to the right. Last time that was a pass play, and it is again. And they're going to throw it in the flat, and that time, I think it got touched. And Green was not able to come up with the reception, and that's the first incomplete pass tonight by Shepley.
Yeah, Mikey Chisholm. And what did I just say a few minutes ago? That nobody's been anywhere in the ballpark. Well, Mikey Chisholm was there that time and knocked the ball away for number 4 for the Mountain Lions. So that's good. That's what they need. You need to like play a guy around you. Like you have to cut. It's like basketball. You play a zone, but you got to cover like somebody in your area.
Motion man comes across, bad snap. Shepley's going to look to run, and he's just going to get tackled. He's going to lose 10 yards on that play.
That's a nice break for the Mountain Lions there.
So officially, because he was back to pass, that does count as a sack, and that was Vukovic.
Loss of 10 by Grant Shepley.
This brings up 3rd and long. This is where the Mountain Lions had a problem here earlier in the first quarter, giving up a big play here.
3rd and 20, and the clock is stopped, so the Mountain Lions, no, it's running again. They stopped it, I don't know why, to set the ball. We're under 2 minutes. 3rd and 20 for Cumberland Valley. And now we have a timeout. After 25 seconds ran off the clock there. Coaches saw something in the alignment that they didn't like, so they called timeout.
And if you're going to get up, play tight coverage and blitz here. Force them to do something. Do not give them time to just cut you apart.
Well, this is our last home game this year, unless Mountain Lions can come back tonight or Redland can upset Mifflin County. We might be here in the first round of playoffs. But I would like to take the time to thank the MLTV crew. These guys are in the class. They bring us the action. Mr. Strawmeyer and I just talk. These guys do all the hard work. They're in the broadcasting program, and they enjoy helping out and bringing these events to you. Tonight's crew is Caleb Gibson, Aiden Aiken, Parker Huey Kish, Elena Saylor, Adeline Himmelwright, Mason Dell, Kylie Noel, and Kendall Kogan. So thank you guys for bringing this. And, one thing we quickly talked about before the game, this could be Coach Sipes' last Mansion Park football game.
Yeah, that's something, huh?
We wish him well as he plans to retire at the end of the year. Well, 3rd and 20. Sepley goes back to pass. There's an all-out blitz. Sepley avoids it and throws it just before stepping out of bounds. And the receiver gets down to the 7, so he needed 20. He got 18.
And they do have a kicker. Andrew Rice kicked a 25-yard field goal last week.
Well, they're going to go for it because it's only 4th and 2.
Short. They're going to go for it here. And the Mountain Lions had Shepley. And Shepley stepped up, escaped, stayed behind the line of scrimmage, looked to throw the whole time. He did not want to run. And found a little bit of an outlet there to pick up some yardage to get him closer here on 4th down.
And that catch was by number 8, Nolan Bazaka. Not Bazinga. Well, 4th and 2. There's the handoff. And the Mountain Lions are there. Did he get it? He's at the 6, so it's short. Close. He needed to get to the 5. So the Mountain Lions will stop Cumberland Valley. But they have 94 yards to go, minute and 34.
And the Mountain Lions, it would be nice to get a first down because Cumberland Valley has all 3 of their timeouts left. So trap down deep in here. If the Mountain Lions run the ball 3 times, make them use their timeouts, Cumberland Valley can get the ball with a minute left around midfield So it would behoove the Mountain Lions to get a first down here.
I just want to say no disrespect to the receiver from Cumberland Valley. Just that one of my favorite shows was The Big Bang Theory, and I always like Sheldon yelling, "Bazinga!" And that's Bazaka. There's a handoff up the middle, and he breaks the first tackle and comes out across the 10.
That was actually Freewald
get
kept
to the
it.
13. So Freewald's going to pick up 7.
And Cumberland Valley will not use their timeouts here.
Gain of 7.
At this point, no. They don't want to. Maybe if the Mountain Lions didn't get that good of a play, they might have thought of it. And the Mountain Lions are taking their time. They just want to protect and not give up a score before half. With them getting the ball, Mountain Lions will receive the ball to start the third. Mosley gets the ball, and he's only able to get 2 up to the 15. So it's going to be 3rd
Now they
and
call
1.
timeout, yeah.
Ron Mosley.
Well, on a 3rd and 1, they decide to make that call for the timeout.
Gain of 2.
Yeah, Coach Josh Oswald of Cumberland Valley decides that that is the time to call the timeout. There's still 52 seconds left. If you don't get the first down here, you bang another timeout real quick, and you can get the ball back and have one in your pocket with a quarterback who can throw the ball a little bit. So they would be in okay position to try to steal a score here before the half. Mountain Lions definitely want to get a first down here.
And they need to get across the 16. The ball is right on the 15. I will tell you, the quarterbacks we've seen here in the Mid-Penn this year, I am very impressed with Shepley.
Yeah,
He's probably been the best passing quarterback we have seen, as he's 11 for 12 at this point.
He's done a good job, and he makes the right read.
A little step under center. Hand off to Mosley. He does get out above the 17, so it is going to be a 1st and 10 at the 17. And you might only see one more play this half. At this point, Cumberland Valley's not going to call a timeout. Once the ball's set, the clock will run. So the Mountain Lions will have to at least run one play or a victory formation just to take the snap and the knee to avoid handoff and possible fumble. The Mountain Lions put one drive together, and it was finished off by Freewall's quarterback sneak. Other than that, though, it's been all Cumberland Valley. 2 touchdown passes and a touchdown run. They have got 268 yards of offense at this point. So Mosley takes it. He runs. He's out to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. So we'll give him 5. And it's going to be 2nd and 5, and the Mountain Lions do not have to snap it, and they won't.
We are at halftime.
So we are at halftime. It is 20-7 in favor of Cumberland Valley. Mountain Lions will come back out after half. Enjoy halftime show, and we will have Cumberland Valley's band first, followed by Altoona's band and the recognition of seniors. We'll see you at the start of the 3rd quarter.
The Cumberland Valley Marching Band, under the field direction of Zachary Arcega, is proud to present their 2023 field show titled, Give My Regards to Broadway. We open tonight's performance with The Phantom of the Opera, the hit song from the 1986 musical, The Phantom of the Opera. Written by composer Andrew Lloyd Webber, this piece has captivated audiences for over 30 years, becoming one of the most recognizable songs around the world and the longest-running Broadway show in history. The show goes on with Defying Gravity from the 2003 musical Wicked, reminding us to stay true to ourselves and not be defined by outside forces. This power ballad features soloist Josie Underdunk, Gabe Adamson, and Kellen Lichty. We conclude our show with One Day More from Les Mis. Though life is uncertain, we look ahead with anticipation to what a new dawn will bring. Drum major, is the band ready? Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Give My Regards to Broadway. Cumberland Valley Marching Band. CDHS band staff include Eric Farkas, band director, Lisa Underdunk, assistant band director, Phil C. Filippelli, Travis Rogers, Dominic Rose, Tori Sobrevilla, and Jasmine Burnham, drumline techs, Angel Cole, front ensemble tech, Justin Eberly, Shannon Lichty, and Don Underdeck, visual techs, and Kate Bender, Katie Lindenfelser, color guard instructors. We hope you enjoyed Cumberland Valley High School's performance of Give My Regards to Broadway. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the Altoona Area High School Marching Band under the direction of Drum Major Aaliyah McGee. The majorettes are led by Captain Jaden Palladini, assisted by Co-Captain Kara McKee. The Silks are led by Captain Michaela Edders, assisted by Co-Captain Ashley Carini. The feature majorette is Addison McDonald. This year's marching band theme is Broadway. Tonight's show will begin with On My Own and Can You Hear the People Sing from the Broadway musical Les Mis. At this time, we would like to recognize this year's senior class who are performing for their final home football game. We congratulate all of these seniors on their hard work and dedication and wish them the best of luck through their senior year and into the future. As we introduce each senior, we ask that you please hold your applause until all have been recognized. From the majorette, Majorette Captain Jaden Palladini escorts her mother, father, and brother, Jennifer, Todd, and Talon Palladini. Majorette Co-Captain Kira McKee, escorted by her mother and father, Carrie and Eric McKee and Kenley. From the Silks, Silk captain Michaela Edders, escorted by her mother and father Kim and Sean Edders. Silk co-captain Ashley Carini, escorted by her parents Joy and Todd Carini. Emma Kianka, escorted by her mother and father Lisa and Bill Kianka. Haley Wynn, escorted by her foster parent Suzanne Leprone. From the band, drum major Aaliyah McGee, escorted by her mother Amber Pirtle and family friend Audra Brantner. From the flutes, Emily Retberg, escorted by her mother and father Wendy and Dave Retberg. Bella Getty, escorted by her mother and father Courtney and Earl Getty. Sarah Saylor, escorted by her mother and father Elizabeth and Brian Saylor. From the clarinets, Marina Myers, escorted by her mother and father Lisa and Jim Myers. From the alto saxes, Berkeley Alexander, escorted by his mother and father, Lene and Charles Alexander. Dylan Free, escorted by his mother and father, Janelle and Adam Free. From the tenor saxes, Julia Klein, escorted by her parents, Carolyn and James Klein. From the trumpets, Mackenzie Kolobov, escorted by her mother and father, Ashley and Lou Kolobov. From the mellophones, James Horrell, escorted by mother and father, Amy and Patrick Horrell. From the trombones, Brian Beery, escorted by his mother and father, Katie and Elmer Beery. Alexandria Hamill, escorted by her parents Jay and Karen Hamill. From the sousaphones, Noah Hillard, escorted by his mother and father Jamie and Josh Hillard. Anthony Jablonski, escorted by his parents Gretchen and John Jablonski. From the bells, Morgan Celibat, escorted by her parents Marty Jo and Tim Celibat. From the percussion, Alyssa Cope, escorted by her mother and father Rebecca and Lauren Gerlach. Malia Lang, escorted by her mother and father Jill and Ian Lang. Ryan Longstreth, escorted by his mother Lori Longstreth. Would you please join in a round of applause for this year's senior band and band front members. We would also like to recognize now our senior cheerleaders and Lioneers. From the cheerleaders, Delaney Barr, escorted by her parents Ryan and Amy Barr. Madison Becker, escorted by her parents Keith Becker and Jessica Deal. Carly Kemper, escorted by her mother and stepfather Holly Kemper and Robert Bartley. Aaliyah Layton, escorted by her parents Rob and Gina Layton. Sandra Martin, escorted by her mother Elizabeth Martin. Megan McKee, escorted by her parents Michael and Jamie McKee. Taya Porter, escorted by her mother Wendy Porter and grandmother Terry Tepsick. Tierra Weatherwalk, escorted by her parents Greg and Jessica Weatherwalk. How about a nice round of applause for our senior cheerleaders. And now from the Lioneers, Alyssa Chesney, escorted by her mother, Heather Chesney, and father, Jamie Chesney. Olivia Confer, escorted by her mother, Stevie Miller, father and stepmom, Jason and Serena Confer. Janie Eslow, escorted by her parents, Heather and Dan Eslow. Kaylee Hockenberry, escorted by her parents, Jake and Natalie Hockenberry. Allison Kuiper, escorted by her parents, Mark and Missy Kuiper. Mackenzie Milchak, escorted by her mother, Lindsay Davis, grandparents, Ricky and Christopher Milchak. Mia Noel, escorted by her parents, Melissa and Travis Noel. Leah Rezick, escorted by her mother, Nicole Barrett, and father, Eric Rezick. And Lillian Roberts, escorted by her parents, Allison and William Roberts. How about a nice round of applause for all the senior Lioneers? And let's combine it with the cheerleaders and the band front. We've got the winning number for the 50-50.
High school football. I'm Jim Abbott along with Chris Strohmeyer. We're coming to the second half of the last regular season game of the season. We have Cumberland Valley out in front right now, 20-7. The Mountain Lions will get the ball to start off. We said playoff implications tonight. Altoona wins. They are in as the number 2 seed and host Mifflin County next week. If Mifflin County loses, Altoona will be here regardless. The question is, if Altoona loses, which they're currently losing, and Mifflin County wins at Redland, who is 2-7, they will host the Mountain Lions again next week, as they hosted them back in week 3, I believe.
Week 3, I got it right here. 35-0 Mountain Lions won. Had it well in control in the second quarter, even in that game. Ended up a running clock. So, yeah, I mean, you know, and if Mifflin County loses, they've traditionally had a we won't get in the playoffs if we're under 500 rule. So, but it is a new coach and a new AD, so maybe that has changed. We don't know. So that could be an issue too. So, I mean, if Mifflin County loses, does not get in the playoffs, the Mountain Lions would have a week off.
Before playing State College in the district championship. So an update from Redland. Redland came out in the second quarter and scored on a pass play to take a 7-0 lead. But in the last 6 minutes of the first half, Mifflin County put up 2 scores, and they're up 14-7 going into half. So we will give you more updates when we get them. The Mountain Lions, as we said, will receive the ball. We'll look at some stats. So far, the Mountain Lions pretty much have done everything on the ground. There was one pass over the middle to Amir Amy Ballas, and that was only 4 yards. Brandon Freewall with a 1-yard touchdown. The Mountain Lions currently only have 97 yards of offense, as 17 carries for 72 yards for Braun Mosley. You have Adams with an 8-yard run. You have Hazelwood with an 8-yard run. And you have Freewall with 8 total yards. Cumberland Valley on the other side, they have put up 268 yards in the first half. On the running side, they have Steritz, who has run 13 times for 84 yards, and he has a touchdown. But basically, Chris, the big thing from today's first half has been the play of quarterback Grant Slepley. He was the backup to start the year. He is a junior, and he is 11 for 12, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And he's thrown the ball around to a couple different receivers, but his favorite receiver is Caden Pines, who currently has 5 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, and the Mountain Lions are not really covering very many people here in the first half. It's been an issue kind of a lot of the year with the Mountain Lions, and it's really rearing its ugly head today. They can get away with it at times by getting pressure on the quarterback. But Shepley, the couple times he's really dropped back, the Mountain Lions did get to him a little bit, made him move around a little bit, but he still found the way to find an open receiver. But a lot of Shepley's passes are quick drop backs, little boom, 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 get rid of the ball. You don't have a chance to get to him. So, if you're not going to cover people and you can't get to the quarterback, that's a recipe for disaster. The Mountain Lions did have one pass defense finally towards the end of the first half, knocked the ball away. So we got to see a little bit more of that in the second half. You have to, stick with some of these white-shirted players when you're on defense. You can't just let them run around free, and that's kind of what the Mountain Lions have been doing. So, you see the Mountain Lions get the ball to start the half here. They need a drive. They need to get out and score, get back in this ball game, make it a one-score game, and then who knows what can happen from there.
Well, we'll quickly give you some updates of scores in the Mid-Penn. Central Dauphin East, 21-14 over Carlisle just before the half. State College, 14-7 over Chambersburg. Cumberland Valley, you already know that's 20-7 here. And that kick is going to roll and go out of bounds. Hazelwood did a good job waiting right there by the ball along the sideline. Let it take the extra bounce and go out of bounds, so they will start at the 35. And the other game, Central Dauphin was out in front of Harrisburg 7-0 in the second quarter. And then I guess Harrisburg woke up because they scored 4 times, and they're up 26-7 at half.
Yeah, I'd say that's waking up. That's kind of what happened when Altoona went down there. They scored first. Next thing you know, it was like a pick six, long pass, and it was all history that way too. Harrisburg is a very good team. They shut out State College a couple weeks ago. So Harrisburg is a very, very good team, coming off a state championship appearance last year where they lost to St. Joe's Prep. I think it was St. Joe's Prep.
Out of Philly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Freewall's going to go back to pass. He'll pull it down and start to run. He'll come out 1 yard to the 36-yard line as nothing materialized, and there were a lot of Eagles all around the ball.
Yeah, it's just the pocket absolutely collapsed on him. So he did a good job to even get a gain out of that. But surprisingly, they come out trying to throw the ball in the first half. I mean, Cumberland Valley, like a lot of the opponents of the Mountain Lions this year, Carlisle, Chambersburg had trouble stopping it. But most of the other teams, once you go down and drive the ball down their throat with big number 23, then they start stacking the box, and the Mountain Lions have to do something different.
And that time, Freewall keeps the ball, and he just gets lit up for a loss of 8 yards. Actually, they're going to say his forward progress was where he got hit at the 32, so that's going to be a -4. And the Mountain Lions wanted to come out of half and do something productive. 2 plays, -3 yards right now. Other Blair County games of interest. Laurel Highlands championship game right now. Central is out in front of Richland 29-0. So the question is, did Richland play most of their starters? Do they care more about playoffs than tonight's game? And then out at the county seed, Hollidaysburg beating DuBois 23-9 just before the half. So 3rd and 13. Freewall drops back. There's the screen to Mosley, and he breaks 1 tackle, but he's going to go backwards also, and that's going to be a -yard loss on the pass.
Number 77 out there, red deck the whole entire way. Blaine Lansendorfer, 6 foot, 180. He looked bigger than that. That's the wrong team, that's why. Let's try that again.
77,
Louis,
6'2".
Yeah, that's a little different.
260.
Loic Sakepa, number 77. He read that play, so the screen went nowhere for the Mountain Lions. They're going to have to kick it away.
So a 3 and out for the Mountain Lions on their first drive.
Great punt again.
Another nice punt. This time it is going to be returned, And Pine steps away from a couple tacklers, cuts back across into the middle, and gets right to midfield. So that was a nice return of about 20 yards. And Cumberland Valley starts their first drive in the second half right at midfield.
About a 41-yard kick. Nice return there by Pines. Pines is very shifty, very fast. That's why it was so tough when the hang linebacker number 20, Gavin Dunkel, got caught in coverage with Pines, who's extremely fastest guy in the field probably out there. Gavin Dunkel didn't have a chance. That was a mismatch from the start, and Pines caught that long touchdown pass.
Well, I also, you look at scouting, they knew how the Mountain Lions would pick up that inside receiver or that slot man, and they pick him up with that outside backer. We have a big penalty here.
It's on both teams. They're calling offsetting. I didn't even see anything afterwards. Did you?
I didn't see anything after, and I didn't see the flags.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And the mic for the officials is not working well, but no harm, no foul, I guess, so they'll start 1st and 10 at the 50. First drive for Cumberland Valley in the second half. Again, Sterritz is their leading carrier right now, 13 carries, 84 yards. Shepley's waiting for the snap. He gets it and turns, gives it, and he just runs off tackle. No Mountain Lions touch him for 5 yards, and he ends up getting 6.
Yeah, there's just nothing that's not between the tackles. It's just off tackle. There's nobody out there. Cumberland Valley sealing the edge routinely out there.
2nd down and 4.
So 2nd and 4. 9:12 to go, third quarter. Cumberland Valley looks to add to their 13-point lead. There's a handoff coming the other way, and he's not going to get the first. He's going to get close. Well, they're going to give him the first. They're going to take him all the way to the 40 and a first down.
Yeah, gave him the first down.
Bryce Sterritz, the ball carrier. Gain of 4 and a first down.
So Sterritz, who started out a little slow, has come on in his last 5 or 6 carries. He's got 94 yards now, but he's picked up 50 of them in the last 5 carries. So 1st and 10, you got a trip formation to the left. Shepley drops back to pass. 3 men in pattern, and Shepley gets away from it and throws it up, and that one's almost intercepted. And there's a penalty. That's going to be on the defense. I think the penalty is going to be
offensive pass interference.
on Balaka.
That's interesting, because I really didn't think he did a whole lot, to be honest with you.
I think he was trying to push him out of bounds, but pushed him before the ball came in.
Right. I mean, yes, but usually it's got to be really, really obvious for them to call offensive.
And that was Gavin Dunkel in the coverage, and again, he almost had his first interception.
Dunkel did a good job there on coverage that time, so that was more of a guy, that's more of a situation where Dunkel is going to be able to cover the guy. He does not get stuck with the speed demon out on the outside like that, that play in the first quarter.
That's a 15-yard penalty, moves it back to Cumberland Valley's 45. And we'll go to 1st and 25. We've seen them make that 1st and 25 twice tonight.
Yeah, we have seen that. So
and get the first downs. And once they had a 3rd and 20, got 18, and then missed it on 4th.
Was that Boost chasing?
I believe it was Boost.
Chasing Shepley, and he just couldn't quite get him, and he forced him out of the pocket.
That was probably the worst pass Shepley has thrown tonight. It's now in a 1st and 25. We see the handoff to Sterritz, and he's able to get back. There's
it's just
15.
demoralizing.
He gets back 20 of the yards, and it's now a 2nd and 2.
That's just so demoralizing. Like, it's 1st and 25. They run the ball, and you give up 20. That is unbelievable. Like,
gain of 20 on the play, 2nd and 5.
So at this point, you're starting to dominate an Altoona defensive front. Do you just keep running the ball to Sterritz?
I mean, I don't know why you would.
Until they stop him?
Right. I mean, you're going to mix it up. Part of the reason you're successful is because you mix it up. I mean,
we have a trips formation to the left. Sterritz is directly behind Shepley. Shepley drops back to pass. He's looking for an open man. He throws it out in the flat to Somerville. Somerville makes one move, jukes around to get down to the 20, and there's the first down. Gavin Dunkel thought he had him. He juked around him, and we get it down to the 21, so that's a 14-yard gain for Somerville.
And that whole thing's set up by allowing a running back to run 20 yards on you. You know, those things are huge. Those things are huge. If you want to stop a football team, you cannot give up long, big plays on 1st and 25 and 3rd and 18 and things like that they've been doing tonight.
We have double tight ends and 2 receivers to the left. They're going to turn and pitch it to Shepley. The Mountain Lions didn't get anybody out there initially, and Shepley's just going to pick up 5.
And I mean, to their credit, they have nobody is free in a maroon shirt on these plays. Like, they have a hat on every hat.
So we got 2nd and 6, we'll call it, from the 17. And Shepley back to pass. He's looking deep over the middle, and he throws it up high, a little too high, and Amir Amy Ballas takes out the receiver as they're both jumping for the ball. And that's the 2nd incomplete pass. And it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Yeah, he's got 2 incompletes this half. Well, that one didn't count, I guess, because it was a penalty, huh?
Right.
So, but that was good coverage there by the Mountain Lions. They have some guys in the area. You know, you still have to, even though you're playing zone, you have to, you know, stick with guys in the white shirts.
Shepley just hands it off. There's the first down. There's more. There's it down to the 5 and now the 3. So on 3rd and 6 from the 17, Sterritz gets the ball and runs it down to the, they set it at the, where are they setting it? 3? 2?
The 3.
Gain of 14. He's at 123. When he started very, very slow. He had 48 yards on his first 10 carries and 80 yards on his next 10 carries.
Yeah, he's gashing the Mountain Lions.
So we're down to the 2.
5 on the play clock. Cumberland Valley has to hurry up a little
They
bit.
come out quick. They're going to just turn and hand the ball to Sterritz. And he's going to go into the end zone. He battled his way in for a 2-yard touchdown.
Touchdown number 1.
It is now 26-7.
And I think Calvin Troutman was in the backfield. He just couldn't grab a hold of him.
And we'll have Rice on for the kick. So far he is 2 of 3 in extra points this evening. And that kick is good. So Cumberland Valley there's been 5 possessions so far for Cumberland Valley. They have scored 4 times, and another time they turned the ball over on downs at a 4th and 2 at the 7.
Yeah, like we're thinking Wagoner, number 84, is their punter, but we really don't know because we haven't seen him yet. So, you know, listen, if you're sitting with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter and you haven't had your punter on the field yet, you're doing something right. So, you know, Cumberland Valley, we said coming in, it's been, you know, the hottest team in the Mid-Penn, and they're showing it tonight. They're showing why. They're very tough to stop. You know, it's frustrating because the Mountain Lions have gotten behind the chains a couple times, so you kind of expect, you know, good things to happen when you get teams behind the chains. Has not affected Cumberland Valley. They come up with a big play or 2, and go about their business. And it's been very workmanlike for Coach Josh Oswald's group. And the Eagles have really done a good job here for as bad as they started the year. They started out, they were 1-4. This team was 1-4, and they look like, as we said.
But again, those 4 losses, 3 of those teams were in the top 10 in the state.
Right.
They had a very challenging non-conference schedule.
And their one conference game was Harrisburg, who is obviously, by all accounts, very, very
Mountain
good.
Lions get the ball back out to the 20.
By Adam Somerville.
Now, I don't know anything about Central York, but Central York shut them out at the beginning of the year, 14-0. But Springford is very good. It was 63-17 they lost. And Manheim Township is very good. They lost 35-6. They beat CD East in overtime, 31-24, and that was their first win. Then got crushed by Harrisburg. And right about then is when they made this quarterback change, and they're well on their way here, unless the Mountain Lions really change the momentum of this game to winning their 5th in a row. Cumberland Valley is.
Well, the Mountain Lions are down 20, and they are not a high-powered offense. They need to get the ball moving. And there's a pass over the middle to Amy Ballas. He gets out to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 18.
And that was a good throw by Freewald. One of his best throws that we've seen in a while. Now, he was hurt last week, but and he hasn't. I think the Chambersburg game, didn't they win the Chambersburg game without throwing a pass? I don't think they threw
one.
Maybe
I think Dante threw one.
No, that was last week. That was Carlisle.
Last week he threw 2.
Yeah.
But I think he at Chambersburg.
But anyway, the point is we haven't seen too many of those kinds of passes out of Freewald this year.
There's the handoff to Mosley. He gets yardage and gets out to the 45, 47, and is going to get tackled all the way out to almost the 50. We'll give him the 49. So that's a gain of 12 for Mosley.
And you do something a little bit different, complete a pass, run around the outside, whatever. All of a sudden, the middle opens up a little more because guys have to play defense. You can't make teams, when you're one-dimensional, teams, you're a lot easier to stop. Teams key on it. They focus on it. If they don't really know what's coming, it's way different. I mean, I know that's, pretty obvious, but...
And that's what's happening right now to Altoona.
Right.
They've given up 125 on the ground and 200 through the air.
Very balanced. Exactly right.
There's a handoff again to Mosley, and he's going to work his way across the 50-yard line down to the 48.
Brian Mosley.
The thing against the Mountain Lions right now is time. It's down to 4:33 in the third. This is one of the quickest moving games we've had. I think we were saying that the halftime was longer than the first half.
Yeah.
2nd and 7.
I mean, I've worked, I do a lot of clock here at Mansion Park. I worked the clock in like the BG game, and it's like an hour longer than the Mountain Lions games.
Freewald keeps it. He breaks to the right, and...
Oh, my gosh. Do something.
Somebody went Corso. He was looking for Corso's block, and number 4, which is Ryan Hunter, went through Corso and got to Freewald's legs. Now, Freewald, though, was able to pick up 10 yards and a first down, but he could have went for a lot further.
That was a great initial play, but then how in the world do you run right at the defender? I don't understand how that happened. At least, make him chase you, But anyway, that was a good play for the Mountain Lions. And they're moving the ball here. Get a little momentum on their side.
And Mosley gets it and goes down inside the 20. He's going to get 10 on that carry. We'll give him 11.
Brian Mosley pulled down by Brady Hockenberry. Gain of 11.
Great job by the Mountain Lions here, moving this football here in the third quarter.
And they're coming up to the line pretty quick. So even though they're not a high-powered offense, they're keeping it moving. And it's getting Cumberland Valley on their heels in those last couple plays. There's Mosley again. He gets all the way down to the 20.
It's another 7 or so.
It's 7 and a first down, and not a first down. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
But that's a good point, Jim. Like a lot of times, the Mountain Lions, they're slow, methodical. They have no pace to them. Well, when they're actually moving the ball well, they do come to the line with a little bit of pace and a little bit of rhythm. And that really, you're seeing that right now where they get up there, they have a little bit of rhythm and pace.
And they
get another jump off and they get the offside. Big number 77 who made that nice play in the screen pass a little bit ago. Loic Sakepa.
He gets jumps.
He jumps.
Grossman, defense.
And coach is taking him out on that one.
Mountain Lions move into the red zone. They're down to the 15. But what they've done is, as you're saying, they're going faster. They're still running the same plays, but going faster, which means that the Cumberland Valley defenders can't get as much of a break or as much air in between plays because they're coming right back out and just running the next play. Now we're back in a tight formation. Amy Ballas goes around, handoff to Mosley. No, it was pitched to the outside to Amy Ballas. He's going to get 1 yard down to the 14. That was a very good fake by Freewald.
Yeah, Freewald faked it, kept it, and then pitch with the pitch man, Amy Ballas there. But Cumberland Valley was all over that.
So 2nd and 9.
But that's still effective. That's good. You still have to keep them honest. That opens up the middle.
Wow. Mountain Lions have most of their team on the left side of the ball. So if you ask me, they're going to do that little pitch to Mosley coming left. Well, we don't get the pitch, and Freewald keeps it, cuts around 2 defenders, dives back inside and goes down to the 5. So Freewald's going to pick up 9, and we're going to get 1st and goal at the 5.
Much better job by Freewald on that one, actually finishing the runoff, making a move on somebody, going ahead and getting another 3-4 yards instead of just getting stopped in his tracks and hesitating.
2:33 to go in the 3rd quarter. The clock is stopped momentarily to set the sticks.
1st and goal at the 5.
So the Mountain Lions will come back pretty much that same formation they were just in. Now it's to the right. There goes Hazelwood. It's given to Mosley. And did he get much yardage? I don't think he did. I think he got stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So we're going to have 2nd and goal.
He's kind of at his feet, kind of tripped up a little bit. He couldn't really get any forward lean going.
A lot of things change as you get closer to the end zone. You have less space, and their defense is playing up a lot tighter than they were. You're going to have a timeout from the Cumberland Valley sideline as the coach ran down to the 15. Wanted to see how the Mountain Lions set up. He calls timeout. 1:42 to go in the 3rd. Mountain Lions looking to answer. They're down currently 20.
Yeah, so far a great answer here by the Mountain Lions. Now they got to finish this drive off. There's no field goal here. It's 4 down territory for sure for the Mountain Lions. They have 2nd and goal at the 5. So we'll see what Coach Camberg can call, the offensive coordinator for the play caller for the Mountain Lions. Do you put the ball up?
No.
You just keep it on the ground?
At this point, yes. I mean, you got 2nd. It's 4 down territory. So if you want to take one throw away, but the problem is when the Mountain Lions have gone a throwaway play, it usually puts them behind that 8 ball and has trouble making it up. You're on the 5. Mosley's been averaging, at least 3 yards carry. Granted, he did have 1 stop for 0, but that Mountain Lion offense.
Yeah, I think maybe you run that unbalanced line maybe a little bit and get Mosley behind it.
So we're at the 5, 2nd and goal. And again, we have opinions, but we're not the coach. That's Vince Niedermeyer. And we'll see what he calls here.
And they have Matthew Riccio in there. That unbalanced line to the right.
You're going to have Hazelwood go in motion. And the fake hand, was it fake or did they give it to him?
They gave it to him and it went nowhere. Lost a yard.
Well, now you got a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6.
And they submarined that entire unbalanced heavy side there. So extra lineman, receiver out, getting heavier. The Mountain Lions are getting heavier, so you're pretty much going to see what's going to happen here. They're going to try to power this towards the goal line.
Well, the Mountain Lions are coming out in a wide formation, but again, everybody's to the left. And Freewald's going to keep it, cut up behind Mosley, and I think he got down to the 1.
That brings up, 4th and 1.
He got 5 yards, and it's now 4th and 1. And everybody is keying on Mosley, so Freewald has had some space on his last 3 runs. Well, 39 seconds to go in the quarter. Mountain Lions do need to run a play before the end of the quarter.
Do you sneak it again?
No, he calls
They're going to call
timeout.
timeout.
Timeout. Altoona.
It's a big play in the game. Granted, the Mountain Lions are down 20, but if they can cut it down to 14, they've got a quarter to go. And they've done a great job here coming back in this drive, going the whole way down. And they brought the ball 79 yards in pretty much 4.5 minutes.
So we're taking wide receiver off the field, bringing heavy guys in. Markel Hurd, another tight end in there. Number 37's going in. So I think you're going to see a battle of wills here. That's what you're going to see. The question is, do you sneak it or do you actually try to run the play?
Well, you can't do the push that we've seen in the NFL this year. In high school, you are not allowed to help a runner forward.
And they have big Deron Jones, number 55, 300-pounder in the backfield.
You got 4 linemen and Deron Jones on that side, and they go with Mosley to the other side, and he's going to get through.
He's in.
And there's
touchdown.
the touchdown to Bron Mosley.
And touchdown, Bron Mosley.
That's number 15 on the ground this year for Mosley, 16 overall. Mountain Lions come back within 2 scores here.
Well, this is a big extra point. They cut it to 13.
Now, we talked about that we haven't even seen the punter yet. So do you just onside kick this? I mean, that's not out of the question.
I'd say not yet. It's probably a little too early. And Harrington's kick is up and blocked.
Which, I mean, you want every point you can get, but they're still down 14, which is
And the
fine.
kick is blocked by number 3, Gavin Kendrick. Score remains at 27-13.
So Cumberland Valley is now out in front 27-13. We'll probably have 1 or 2 plays before the quarter change.
Even if maybe you do the pooch kick into an open spot, maybe.
Well, most teams go 5-2-2-2. And Cumberland Valley is running that same setup. They have 5 right at the 50-yard line. They have 2 at the 30, 2 at the 25, and then the deep men are at the 5. They've gotten a couple good returns tonight. What they do is they take the ball and they automatically go completely across the field to try to get through and find a lane along the sideline. Harrington's getting set to kick. And it's a bounce down the middle. It is taken on the 10. And this is again Pines, and Pines is going to break it. Pines is going to get it and go the distance. 90 yards on a kickoff return. 11 seconds to go, 10 seconds to go in the third. So the Mountain Lions didn't stay in containment, didn't keep their alleys. And Pines just took it, cut to the right, and went straight up the sideline for a 90-yard touchdown run. Or kickoff return.
Caden Pines is having a game for Cumberland Valley.
Well, 13 seconds is all it took for Cumberland Valley to answer Altoona. And if they put this through, they not only answered them, but they got one more point. And there's a bad snap, and Rice just falls.
Guess who fumbled the snap? Caden Pines. He's doing everything else. He's out there holding for the extra point. And he fumbled the snap. He was probably tired. He just ran 90 yards.
So it's now 33-13. It goes back to that 20-point deficit. The Mountain Lions will take over again after the kick. But, you know, you're getting momentum. You work your way back. That's got to be a dagger, Chris.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's tough. Like, you worked and you scratched and you clawed all the way down the field, score on 4th down, and they just turn around and score in 13 seconds. I mean, that's very demoralizing.
Forest Hills beating Tyrone 28-21. Bellwood out in front of Johnstown 40-0. And as we said, Central 36-0 at half in the Laurel Highlands Championship against
That's a mercy
Richland.
roll. That turned into a mercy roll game. That you would think Richland is not playing their starters. Like, we don't know that for a fact, but
Hazelwood gets the ball. He brings it up the middle. He tried to get through, had a little bit of crack to get open, and then got tackled at the 29. So the Mountain Lions will start again. They'll run one play before the end of the quarter.
Joining Hazelwood on a return, Alex Suave with the tackle.
Alex Suave on that tackle.
Gotta love that name. Freewall's under center here, and it's going to hand off. Nope, he's going to throw it back behind. It's a lateral, and Hazelwood falls on it at the 18. And that's going to be a loss of 11 on the play.
Yeah, that wasn't a great result for the Mountain Lions there.
So to start the fourth quarter, it's going to be 2nd and 21. Since we're in between quarters, I'm going to take this time and thank the MLTV crew. This team, the Mountain Lion TV crew who brings us this action, they do this all the time. They do shows that come up on Fox. They do Rich DeLeo's sports show. They do daily announcements and come up with skits and different things going on every day at Altoona High. These kids are in the broadcasting program at the high school. Enjoy helping out bringing these events to you. Once again, tonight's crew is Caleb Gibson, Aiden Aiken, Parker Huey Kish, Elena Saylor, Adeline Himmelwright, Mason Dale, Kylie Noel, and Kendall Kogan. So the Mountain Lions not only gave up the 90-yard kickoff return, their first play they try a sort of swing back pass that goes to the ground, and Hazelwood has to jump on it for a loss of 11 yards.
And I mean, I think it was just their normal option play, but Freewall got like stopped in his tracks, so he just thought he would kind of flip it back there, and it was very errant. And Hazelwood, all he could do was dive on it.
Well, the Mountain Lions are going to break the huddle on the sideline. Do they have a play coming out of the quarter? The shock or surprise Cumberland Valley. A lot of times when you have a trick play, this is the time you see it run. The first play coming off the switch of the field. Twins to the right. Amy Ballas to the left. Mosley's way to the outside. And here's a pass. And Freewall starts to run it. He's still looking downfield. He's got nobody open, and he cuts back across the middle. And he's going to run it back out to about the 18. So it's going to be a gain of nothing, as nobody was able to break open.
No gain on the play.
Yeah, there was nobody open on that play.
So we're now at 3rd and 21.
On the tackle.
Reset the clock.
It says 0-0, game over.
10 seconds off of it.
No. Reset it and take 10 seconds off.
They started. The officials started the game with no time up there. How do you do that? Like,
How do you not put 12 minutes up if you're running the clock? Never mind.
yeah, I don't know how. Number one, I don't know how that happens, but I guess it could happen.
Yes.
But I don't know how in the world the officials started the game without it.
And one of the clock operators tonight, well, both of them are Altoona, well, one a former employee and one current employee. But Eric Kozak is also retiring at the end of the year, so I wish him well. He's been the golf coach for many years, had a good run, and he's going to be stepping away as the swim teacher. And Freewall drops back to pass. He's looking downfield.
He's open.
And he's got Mosley. It's just out over his fingertips.
Yeah, Mosley on the wheel route. Number 11, Somerville, kind of had coverage, but he got burnt, and Freewall just couldn't put the ball.
Mosley had a step on
hands.
Somerville.
Yeah.
I don't know if he would have outran him to the end zone. He does have sneaky speed, but we've got a 4th down, 11:14 to go in the 4th, and Harrington is out for the punt once again. This one's a little shorter, and Pine fumbles the ball, bounces it off his chest, and I believe one of the Mountain Lions recovered, and he did, as that's number 21.
Michael Riccio, 21, or Matthew Riccio. Michael's his brother.
Matthew comes up with the fumble
Matthew
recovery.
Riccio gets the recovery.
As that was a weird kick as it was going sideways,
Yeah.
and Pines came running up from a 35 to try to catch it,
Muff of the punt. Recovered
and
by
it was a
Altoona.
muff punt off the shoulders, and Matthew Riccio was there to recover, and the Mountain Lions take back over at the 46.
But we gave Caden Pines the kiss of death. He returned that kickoff for a touchdown, and we said, what a game he's having. Then he fumbled the next snap. Now he just fumbled the punt right there. Gives the Mountain Lions field position back at midfield here.
Well, that would have been where Mosley was when he dove for the pass, so first down. Freewall goes back to pass. There's a pass over the middle to Hazelwood, who had to sort of lean into it or dive, and it's off his fingers and his hands, and it's now 2nd and 10.
Just a slight bit out in front of Hazelwood. Hazelwood could have made that play, though. You know, those are the kinds of plays you got to make for your quarterback.
Freewall under center. He turns and hands it to Mosley. No, he
Keeps
does
it.
not. He keeps it, and he took a hard hit in the back as he met the defender there, the other Pines, and got turned around, and then a free safety came up and basically hit him right in the back. They're going to have it down to the 44, so it's going to be 2nd or 3rd and 1. That's going to be a 9-yard gain. Clock is moving. It is the enemy right now. 10:33 to go, 4th quarter. Mountain Lions come up. They need a first down. It is 3rd and 1, but this is 4-down territory at this point of the game. And Hazelwood takes it on a sweep. He cuts through, gets to the 40, gets to the 37, and he's going to end up at the 35. So that's a 9-yard gain for Hazelwood.
Down to Kendrick.
No, they moved it to the 34.
On the stop.
1st and 10 at the
Golden Hazelwood
34.
gains 10. 1st and 10.
Mountain
Clock
Lions
continuing
come
to
out.
move here.
We're just going to be under 10 minutes in the game. We got an extra guy to the right side. Freewall again, fakes the handoff, keeps it, gets up to the 29. They're going to call it the 30, so they're going to give him 9 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 1. So everybody is keying on Mosley, which is opening up some nice runs for Freewall.
Kendrick on the stop. Gain of 9.
As in every play the Mountain Lions run, they're basically options. Freewall has the choice to give it to the running back or keep it and run himself, or keep it and look to pitch. So you got Corso wide to the right, everybody else in tight. Mosley gets it, gets down to the 20, gets down to about the 17. So Mosley gets 8.
Mosley.
That's his 25th carry. He's got 113 yards and a touchdown. 9:11 on the clock. It's moving. Mountain Lions have 2 timeouts. So does Cumberland Valley. Again, the Mountain Lions down 33-13 here in the 4th. This game is the final regular season game of the year at Mansion Park. Jim Abbott and Chris Strahlmeyer bringing you the action. Free ball cuts off, and he goes up the middle, stops, and dives to the 3. So he had a chance. If he kept running, he could have got in.
There's that stopping again,
But he
right?
got 14 yards and gets down to the 3. So here's another 1st and goal.
This is probably Freewald's best rushing game of the year.
He's got 11 carries for 61 yards. .8:32 on the clock. Mosley steps behind. Freewall turns, hands off. Mosley tries to go submarining through. He gets close, but knocked down right at the 1. So he'll get 2 more yards.
Yeah, 2.
And it's 2nd and 1, or 2nd and goal at the 1. They're in a tight formation. We've seen a handoff and a quarterback sneak. There's the handoff to Mosley. He dives into people and then just keeps running through the end zone.
Easily in.
1-yard touchdown for Braun Mosley. And the Mountain Lions are getting back in a little bit. They're still down 14. 7:47 to go. We'll see if Harrington could get them a little bit closer. And that is good.
And it is good by M.J. Harrington. 33-20.
The Mountain Lions close it to 33-20. But again, time is going to be a factor here. They were able to get the turnover and capitalize with a score. But it might be too little too late.
I mean, you know, I know we talked about this before, but if you're not stopping them and they just return one for a touchdown, you might as well onside kick it. There's no point in. You might as well try to get the ball. And I don't see any other option here. Even though there's 7:47 left. Now, if you had any faith in your defense to go out and get a 3 and out, that might be different. But
Cumberland Valley, I think, believes the same thing you are. They're putting one guy deep, and they have the other 10 guys within 20 yards of the ball. So now is this one that you sort of poof?
Yeah, you could do that, right?
Try to get that roll and get your speedsters on the outside to go down and try to get it. And that's what we got. We have the pooch, but it's a little too far and too high. And there's a fair catch at the 20. So Cumberland Valley will take over. 1st and 10. Green fair caught it. I don't think Harrington meant to get it that high in the air. But
yeah, that was pointless. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
Well, there was no run back, which was
well,
better
that
than
part's
the last
good,
one.
right? Better than the last one. So, I mean, what can you do? You haven't stopped them yet. We haven't seen the punter yet, we said.
Do we have the same lineup out
We
there?
go 1st and 10 at the
Looks like
20.
there's a couple different linemen. But that's still Shepley. He's going to get the ball. Twins to the right. And he's going to turn and hand it off. This one looks like, is that Green? 26. He gets around the end. He gets 5-6 yards before he gets tackled. So that's a different running back. And they're actually going to move it out to almost
Hayden Lloyd, number
28.
20 on the carries. Tackle by number 20.
So that was number 20. That wasn't Green.
Caden Lloyd.
Gain of 8.
Caden Lloyd. So I wonder if they're just giving their starter a break. There's a handoff again to Lloyd, and he actually did not even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Takir Davis in there. Penetration in the backfield for a loss. Brings up third and about 4.
And Somerville is playing quarterback? No, he's one of the receivers. So we're going to give that a 2-yard loss. It's 3rd and 4. Will the Mountain Lions stop Cumberland Valley for the first time tonight and force a punt? Three receivers to the right. Running back behind Shepley. He drops back to pass. He's going to turn and throw it in the flat and sidestep around one of the Mountain Lions and picks up 12.
I think that's number 18.
10.
Deegan Reardon is the quarterback.
Okay.
Brody Pines, number 12 with the reception.
And the Little Pines,
Gain of 11.
Younger Pines, however you want to say
And a
it,
first down
makes
for
the catch.
Eagles.
Yeah, they got backup players in getting first downs.
Other than the older Pines is still in there. He's in the slot right on the hash. And there's the handoff, and the Mountain Lions catch him right at the line of scrimmage. He gets back to the line of scrimmage for no yards. 5:48, that's the thing right now, that is the issue. See if we can get an update from Redland. There is no extra score yet, so that means that they are probably losing.
Wesley Baumgartner.
Haven't seen many updates in the Altoona Mirror section of high school football. Second and 10, there's the handoff. This one's going to get almost out to the 40. We'll give him the 39 and 2 yards.
Bryce Sterrett on the carry.
So here's 3rd and about 8, passing situation for Deegan Reardon, number 18, senior in there. He was the quarterback at the beginning of the year.
And Reardon will look to throw. Mountain Lions start to combine on him, and Harrington is going to take him down and sack him. Well, they can't really call it a sack because it's back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, no, it is a sack. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
2-yard
going to lose
loss.
2. Mountain Lions call timeout to conserve some time.
4:26, and the Mountain Lions will get the ball back. So it'll be interesting to see if Cumberland Valley plays their starters on D.
That was decent coverage out there by Amy Ballas in there, number 19, number 15, Alex Strawmeyer's in there covering. So force that sack, and guess what? We might see the punter. This could be the first time all night the punter for Cumberland Valley has made an appearance. With 4:26 left, stranger things have happened. Mountain Lions would have to produce a darn quick score, somehow get the ball back here.
And they're only down to now 1 timeout after the timeout there. And it is Wagoneer. Lining up for his first punt. And Redland guys are taking huge splits up front. You got the picket fence that's going to close when the ball goes by. Mountain Lions coming in hard. They got close to the ball. They did not get it. And it's caught and fair caught at the 27.
And they come after it. That was part of the plan, and they were close. They almost got there. I think Hazelwood was almost there.
36-yard punt.
Maybe number 20, Gavin Dunkel. But did not quite get it. Mountain Lions will start here at the 26-yard line. No time for 3 yards at a clip here. You got to make some make some positive moves downfield here.
Most of the players look to be the starting defensive for Cumberland Valley. You got Somerville, you got Pines.
There's a couple new guys mixed in. Number 30, Jake Signs is in there.
Is there.
Where number 9, Suave, was in there in the middle before.
You got both the Pines in, as well as Hunter. So you have most of the secondary that has been there all night. And there's a quick pass.
Aiden Deal.
Aiden Deal makes the catch.
All right, get up on the line, guys.
It's a 7-yard gain.
Deal. Alex Sabe on the stop.
Oh, Suave's in there.
Gave it 7.
He just wasn't in the middle on that last play. Now he's back in the middle.
3:57. We just broke underneath 4 minutes. Mountain Lions got a 2nd and 2. And there's some confusion in the backfield. They do not want to call timeout. There goes Hazelwood in motion. Freewall will spin, roll out, and he's just going to go down. So you go from 2nd and 3 back to 3rd and 11.
Signs.
And Signs, who I think they just brought in, got the sack.
And you're rolling out to the left on a right-handed quarterback who doesn't have the strongest arm in the world. That's tough, a tough ask there.
So they put it back to the old line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. The Cumberland Valley front 4 are just teeing off and coming. There's a throw, and it's going to be intercepted, and that one was intercepted by number 3. Of course, we don't have number 3.
Gavin Kendrick.
They have him downstairs.
Yeah, we don't. Gavin somebody.
I'm going to say it was Hendrick, but I'm not 100% sure. But that will now pretty much put the end in this game.
Gavin Kendrick, I think he said. We have him as number 19.
So the Mountain Lions will come out. It looks like most of the players are the 2nd defense. And they now have everybody. The 2nd offense is in for Cumberland Valley. 2:54 to go in the game. And there's the handoff. And some big yardage as running back's going to get 7 yards. There's a few more players coming in for the Mountain Lions. I'm sure they're going to try to get all their seniors in here in the last 2.5 minutes.
There's 7, Caden Lloyd. Alex Strohmeyer in on that stop.
Alex Strohmeyer on the tackle. He's a senior. I will have no more relatives in the school. My son's gone, and my niece is gone, and now my nephew will graduate this year. So
we just got an update. It is now 19-13 for Mifflin County is winning in the 4th quarter.
Well, that's a close one, 19-13.
Well, Cumberland Valley does not need to snap until about 2:04. If they get a first down, the game is pretty much over. They can just run the clock out, even with the timeout. And the Mountain Lions make a play up front. It's going to be 4th and 1. I'm sure you're going to see Cumberland Valley go for it. 2:02. They'll have to snap the ball somewhere around 1:20. 4th and 1. Yep, they're going to call it 4th and 2.
I think it's just, is it 3rd?
Well, they haven't switched. It's a different yard line, and
I think it's just 3rd down.
Okay.
That's so. Yeah, Altoona has 1 timeout, 1:30 and running. A first down will seal it up.
There's a pitch to the outside, and he's got the yardage, and he runs out of bounds about the 39, and that should be the game, as Cumberland Valley can take a couple knees and win it. Even with the Mountain Lions timeout, they wouldn't need more than 3 downs.
Leland Bear puts them out of
So
bounds.
looking at the stat sheet tonight, Cumberland Valley did it both through the air and on the ground, as Sterrett goes for 125 yards on 20 carries in his touchdown. But the story of the night was Grant Shepley throwing the ball. He threw the ball 14 times, completed 12 for 198 yards. And then the big individual play on Cumberland Valley's side was their receiver and kick returner, who had 5 catches, 101 yards, a touchdown through the air, and a touchdown on a kick return. Then he had the fumble, but other than that, he had an awesome night.
Yeah, Caden Pines was definitely hard to cover for the Mountain Lions, and they definitely did not do it very well. He was all over the field for Cumberland Valley.
So it looks like the Mountain Lions.
He had some yards on the ground too to begin. Oh, that was a pass.
That was a 34-yard.
That's right. That was a pass. So, like, you know, he was definitely had several big plays for Cumberland Valley. Yeah,
somebody's taking a timeout.
There was a little flag there. I think the right guard kind of made a little movement
forward. So does that mean that Clark stops?
5-yard penalty.
It'll start as soon as it's ready for play.
Yeah, which means you can run out the ball without snapping it.
Right, they could, yes.
Well, they'll only give 25 on the clock.
Yeah, offensive penalty 25, defensive penalty 40.
And there's a run. He's going to break to the outside. He gets down the sideline, and the Mountain Lions will make a tackle at the 21. But that should be it, the last play of the game. So Cumberland Valley goes 6-1 in conference and comes back, or 5-1 in the conference, and makes up for that early start. And we'll move into the District 3 playoffs, where the Mountain Lions will wait their fate down from Redland. Currently, Mifflin County will be 5-5 and host the Mountain Lions next week if their score holds up. They're
You're
up
right the first
19-13.
time. Cumberland Valley's 6-1.
6-1.
Harrisburg, they're winning. They're going to be 7-0. Cumberland Valley 6-1. State College is probably beating Chambersburg.
Yes, they are.
They'll be 5-2. CD's losing. They'll be 4-3. Chambersburg 2-5. Altoona 2-5. CD East 1-6. Carlisle 0-7.
CD East is going to beat Carlisle tonight. So they'll lose to 2.
So they'll be 2-5, and Carlisle will be 0-7. Right.
So with that, this is the final game of the regular season. I'm Jim Abbott, along with Chris Strawmeyer and everybody who was here tonight helping bring this game to you. I'm going to mention the MLTV crew one last time. These guys and girls bring this game to you. They're high school students, and they put on a fantastic production. Caleb Gibson, Aiden Aiken, Parker Huey Kish, Elena Saylor, Adeline Hemmelwright, Mason Dale, Kylie Noel, and Kendall Cogan, along with their teacher and leader, Doug Sipes. This is the final game that we will be bringing you from the 2023 season. I'm Jim Abbott, along with Chris Strawmeyer. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next fall.